Okay, I'm proud to introduce a trailing video. It's actually an evaluation track for one of my online mentoring program students who won a couple lessons off of one of our webinars. Now, Jackie has actually worked with some of our groups in the past down in Florida, so she's been training quite a while in this system and does really good. But this is the first time I've really got to watch her work, and it's important for us to get a baseline before we start moving into some more of the difficult stuff that her handler wants to work into. But in the meantime, this is a great video. It's beautiful to watch. This is a field trial cocker, an English breed that's just doing a fantastic job. And honestly, folks, I've worked
Yes,
a
I
lot
see
of
it.
English
And look,
working
she's
field
looking at the
cockers
butterflies.
in tracking and trailing over the
We'll see what
years,
she
and
does when she
they've never
stops.
really ever let me down. It's a
It's
fantastic
on,
tracking
and
breed,
it's
really good dog.
recording.
So this looks like a little bit easier area to work, and of course your dog is ready to go. Really beginning good track. Obviously she's in great odor. This is super easy for her. I was actually kind of hoping for a little tougher location, something that with more obstacles and barriers. So I kind of liked where you were at before, um, because it would be more wild and more normal comparative to what you would probably do on a real search. So this is going to suffice because I can really see her work, but it's an easy spot, a really, really easy location. But so far she's doing great. It's obviously she's in odor. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to see that tail working because she's so low to the ground, but for the most part it's clear that she's on scent really nicely. Okay, so this is actually really a great road crossing. It's pretty much absolutely flawless, other than a quick little hop. I think she absolutely nailed it. So really, really good there. I think the next trail we're going to try to do something a little bit more extensive with that. Okay, yeah, a little something happened right here. This is critter of some
Leave it.
sort, some type of animal. She leaves it and goes back to work, but you got to be careful with that stuff because when the trails get older or a little bit more conflicted, those distractions become stronger in the dog's mind, and it's much easier to get off the track permanently if that's the case. So generally speaking, when we get those types of distractions, I want to make sure we correct the dog. So you're getting a little air scent right here. I don't know if you're noticing it, but all of a sudden you're getting some good head waves. I call them a Stevie Wonder, and this is what we call a far alert, which means the air scent is coming from a long distance away. Now that's all relative to conditions. I mean, if the wind is in your face, that distance could be 500-600 meters. On the other hand, if the wind is from the side or at your back, the distance can be much shorter. So it's all relative on your environmental conditions, the place that you're in, and the wind. But suffice it to say that that air scent went away and she's gone completely right back to tracking. So
Leave it.
Okay, so right here you get a little distraction, some sort of critter, and then she really isolates it right here. Now, when you see her radar wave in 45 degrees perpendicular to your track and then nose plant, then that's normally some sort of animal. My guess is maybe a coyote, but you can't really tolerate that. And in a trail that becomes a little bit more difficult and let's say older or more contaminated, those types of distractions can actually stop you. So one of the things I would think about is when you see that behavior is give her a verbal leave it, tell her no, whatever. Um, and you can also even set her up for distractions on purpose to see how she reacts. Now you're getting a really great proximity alert here. This is what we call a near alert, unlike the last one where there was no definition and direction, just some head waves. Here you have an intense change in speed and she's bracketing her head, about 90 degrees. This is another example is when she starts spinning around and circling. It's because she's starting to encounter the scent pool of your subject. So you're really starting to get your final alert, and she's zeroed in on exactly where it's coming from. And you can tell by the incredible change in pace and speed, direction of travel, she knows exactly where to go. Unfortunately, I think your video pans out a little bit before you get the final find, but it's obvious she's zeroing in on your target and doing really well. So overall, excellent, excellent trail. I love it. She's really great in this type of condition. And I think it's time that we're going to try to move into something a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to supply you with a map and a trail of what I want you to do. Okay, Kathleen, this is what I want you to do on your next track. I want you to find a place kind of like this, and I want you to do it in a time when it's not too busy, so early in the morning or later in the evening. I want you to start in a really great productive source and do some island hopping. And basically what that means is you're going to hit some big patches of soft surface, cross over smaller places of hard surface, and just continue to repeat that tactic at least 5 to 6 times on your entire track. Total distance anywhere from 300 to 500 yards, and let's just try to make it so it's not too distracting and too crazy in the shopping center that you're at. So that means early evening or early morning. And once you have that all done, upload it for me into Dropbox and I'll take a look at it. Great job on that first track.